kitchens at all, but rather I think they might sit on rooftops rather than caw from your bed, and they're there trying to keep you company while you recover. But I'm a little bit worried about that open window of yours. You don't want to catch a cold, eh, from the draught? Cedric Tullett of Oldfield Park. Dear Uncle Jack, this morning I was cleaning up my house, and I came across a box of military medals. I'm pretty sure they're my military medals because my father was never in the war because he had a bit of a limp. So they must be mine. I'd like to know what they're for. All I remember during the war was retreating and then the surrender. And then we all took off our uniforms, and that's all I can remember. So how could I have even won one medal? Thank you for the very poignant questions, Mr. Tullett. And I, for one, salute you during your service during the war, sir. And I think I can assure you that the next war will be a string of English victories like you've never even imagined. After all, as we all know, the English always win in the end. Good. And I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. I do hope that you found these letters not only interesting, but useful to you in your own life. Do keep those letters coming. In fact, with Victory Day coming up, please let me know how you're planning to spend the holiday, and the reader with the most amazing plans shall win a prize. Tune in again tomorrow for more cheery answers to your questions about your life in Wellington Wells. This is Jack Worthing saying cheerio, and on with your day. I'll see you soon. It's getting late, isn't it? And it's time for all good citizens to be getting ready to go to bed. Would you like me to read you a bedtime story? Of course you would. Well, gather round, citizens, gather round, and I'll tell you a bedtime story. After a while, the wolf heard Little Red Riding Hood knocking on the door. "Who is it?" sang out the wolf. "It's Little Red Riding Hood," said Little Red Riding Hood. "Come and see in here," sang out the wolf. Come in." "Mother, I've come to bring you a pie and some milk," said Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah, good. Put some on the cupboard. I will eat and drink some later," said the wolf. And Little Red Riding Hood did as she was told. "You sound different," said Little Red Riding Hood. "I'm not myself today," said the wolf. "You know how it is." "Why don't you have some wine?" said the wolf. "There's a bottle on the table." So Little Red Riding Hood drank her mother's blood. And the cat said, "Meow, you're drinking your mother's blood." But the wolf said, "Oh, do cats ever tell the truth? Throw a shoe at the cat, and he won't bother you any more." So Little Red Riding Hood threw her left shoe at the cat, and "That makes me hungry," said Little Red Riding Hood. "I got you some ham," said the wolf. "Why don't you make yourself a ham sandwich?" So Little Red Riding Hood made a ham sandwich out of her mother's ham, and she ate it right up. "This is delicious," she said. "Squeak," said a mouse. "You're eating your mother's flesh." "Oh, the mice, they're always lying," said the wolf. "Anyway, you can't be picky about your food these days. Throw your other shoe at the mouse, and he'll never bother you again." So Little Red Riding Hood threw her right shoe at the mouse and killed it. It never bothered her again. "What should I do now, Mother?" asked Little Red Riding Hood. "Take off your clothes and get in the bed with me," said the wolf. "Well, what should I do with my apron?" asked Little Red Riding Hood. "Throw it in the fire. You won't need it any more." So Little Red Riding Hood threw her apron in the fire. "What shall I do with my dress?" she asked the wolf. "Throw it in the fire. You won't need it any more," said the wolf. So Little Red Riding Hood threw her dress in the fire. "What shall I do with my petticoat?" asked Little Red Riding Hood. "Throw it in the fire. You won't need it any more," So Little Red Riding Hood threw her petticoat in the fire. "That is good enough," said the wolf. "Cut it here, next to me." So Little Red Riding Hood got under the blankets with the wolf. "Oh, mother," said Little Red Riding Hood, "what big eyes you have!" "All the better for seeing when it's dark," said the wolf. "Oh, mother," said Little Red Riding Hood, "what a long nose you have!" "All the better for smelling you," said the wolf. "And don't you smell delicious, my sweet?" "Oh, mother," said Little Red Riding Hood, "what long teeth you have!" "All the better for eating you, my dear," said the wolf, and he ate her right up. And then he ran off into the forest and was never seen again. Little girl, this seems to say, never stop upon your way. Never trust a stranger friend. No one knows how it will end. As you're pretty, so be wise. Wolves may lurk in every guise. Handsome they may be, and kind, sweet or charming. Never mind. Now as then, 'tis simple truth. Sweetest tongue has sharpest tooth. And that's the story of Little Red Riding Hood and the wolf. What a wonderful story. I hope you enjoyed hearing it as much as I enjoyed reading it. Do you want to know what the real moral is? The real moral of the story is, don't go out at night, or the wolf will kill you. And I'm afraid we've come to the end of our time. Tune in again tomorrow for another bedtime story. Good night, all. See you tomorrow. Well, it's getting late, isn't it? And it's time for all good citizens to be getting ready to go to bed. Would you like me to read you a bedtime story?
You could have killed someone.
It's Sunday. Nobody goes to work on Sunday.
It's Monday. They're going to know it was you. You told everyone in the Duke's Arms you were going to do it. What were you thinking?
What do you think, lass? I was thinking I won't have to see Uncle Jack's stupid face everywhere.
They'll just put up another antenna.
You're right. Oh, you're always right.
I think you better get out of town.
And where do you expect me to live then?
In the Garden District?
They don't have televisions there, do they?